So yesterday we went down 1-0 away to Norwich. We're now firmly in the relegation zone, 19th out of 20. We haven't scored a goal now in 415 minutes since Dan Gosling's goal against Arsenal. We've only scored 2 goals since the beginning of December, both goals being scored by Dan Gosling. Yesterday really can be summed up in a moment of madness by Steve Cook. Amazing save, nonetheless, but just don't know what he was really thinking. I mean, you're going off either way. We're going to be down a goal either way. Why do it? Don't know. But we have to move on. I wanted to go into a couple of stats and different things that I looked at. I'm not going to dwell upon the game, the lost performances. Was there bad body language, stuff like that? Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is at this point. We have to move on. If we've all played 23 games so far this season, not one of the Cherries has played 23 games this season. There's only 6 players that have played 20 games or more. That being Aaron Ramsdale, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Jefferson Lerma, Philip Billing, and Dominic Solanke. Not one of those is a defender. We've had 25 players make appearances in the Premier League for us so far this season. Only 12 of those players have played over 1,000 minutes. This all kind of falls back into that injury crisis that we're going through. But you know what? We just have to keep fighting. One of the stats that I looked up was the number of shots that we've taken and had on target. In the previous 4 seasons, we've had well over 400 shots a season. Right now, we're only at 235 through 23 matches, so we need to get somewhere near 175 shots within the next 15 games to reach that mark. Don't think that's going to happen. We've only had 74 shots on target the whole season, which definitely directly correlates to why we've only scored 20 goals this season. The attacking prowess is off, which ties back into the strange conundrum of the Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson connection, considering both of those players have made over 20 appearances each, and they were so prolific last season. You really are wondering why they haven't been able to get on the same page this season and why the goals and the assists aren't coming. It really is mind-boggling. Another fact that I wanted to get into was the improvement on defense. Even if it doesn't look better, statistically we have been better. Last season we shipped 70 goals in 38 games, which was an average of 1.8 goals against per game. And so far this season we've shipped 36 goals through 23 matches, which is down to 1.5 goals per game. A little improvement, but given the fact that not one of our defenders has started or appeared in over 20 matches this season is pretty impressive. I think Eddie and JT have done a better job shoring up the defense. We clearly have a better goalkeeper this year in Aaron Ramsdale, who is, again, an absolute gem. Definitely kept the scoreline flattering yesterday. Could have easily been 4-0 to Norwich, but Aaron made some really, really crucial saves, which were really, really key and kept us in the game. Outside of that, I mean, we're only 5 points back of 15th. The next 2 matches are definitely winnable, albeit we've been on a horrific run as of late. But if we can beat Brighton on Tuesday, and if we can beat Aston Villa on February 1st, February 2nd, whichever date it is, we can be out of the relegation zone. We can turn things around. I'm not going to give up the faith. I'm hoping that Eddie can turn it around, hoping that the players can dig in, put in some performances, and we'll see if we can turn this thing around. Not going to give up. Up the Cherries. Thanks, guys.